Guys, we are still continuing with surd expressions. Still continuing with surd expressions. So we are given a problem here. We're given a problem here. It's saying show that the square root of 12 minus the square root of 75, all divided by 3 to exponent of 3 over 2 is equal to -1. Without using a calculator. So we are required to show that this on the left hand side is equal to -1 without using a what? A calculator. But we know that we are going to what? Use it. But in a what? In a smart way. So we do know that we are going to make use of this calculator, but in a smart way. So another word for show that could be so that prove that this expression on the left is equal to -1. So I told you in such cases that you take whatever is on the more complicated side and show that it's the same as what is on the right hand side. So let's take what is on the complicated side. So we're given the square root of 12 minus the square root of 75 all over 3 to exponent of what? 3 over 2, right? And then what did I tell you? We are going to use a calculator, but now we are going to use it when we want to find factors, right? When we want to find what? Factors. So as I said, we are going to use the calculator, but in a smart way. So we know that we already use a calculator to find the factors. So let's find the factors of 12. So from my calculator, I get 12 as being 2 to the exponent of 2 times 3. And let me check the factors of 75. 75 is equal to 25 is equal to 3 multiplied by 5 squared, right? So now this 3 at the denominator is already okay. So now let's continue. So now we can continue this here and say, oh, we're going to have the square root of 2 squared times 3 minus the square root of 3 times 5 what squared all over 3 to the exponent of what 3 over 2, right? And now what we have above, I see I have a set of two numbers multiplying each other inside, and here I have a set of numbers multiplying each other inside. So what can I do? Remember, I have this law of a times b is equal to the square root of a times root of what? B. So I can do this now. I'm going to have the root of 2 squared times the root of 3 minus root of 3 times root of 5 squared all over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. Let me check. Is it 3 to the exponent of 3 over 2? Yes, we're correct. So now I know that this is just going to be what? 2 times square root of what? 3 minus this one is just going to be 5 times square root of 3 all over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2, right? And at the top, I see I have a minus sign, and here I have, and check here, I have a square root of 3 here, and I have a square root of 3 there because of this multiplication. So I'm allowed to take out the highest common factor as being what? Square root of 3. So let me continue and do that now. So I'm going to have square root of 3 into 2 minus what? 5, right? All over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2, right? So I'm going to have square root of 3 times what? -3, right? All over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. So do you allow me to say that square root of 3 is just equal to 3 to the exponent of what? 1 over 2 in exponential form. So we are moving from a third to what? To exponential form, right? So let's continue. So let's continue. And then, so I'm going to have 3 to the exponent of what? 1 over 2 times negative 3 all over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. So now, do you allow me to what? To say, oh, I'm going to just take that negative sign and take it all to the front because I'm going to have now negative into what? 3 to the exponent of 1 over 2 times 3. And here's the exponent of what? Of 1. All over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. Right? And then I still have the negative, and then I have I have the same basis multiplying, so I'm going to add the exponents. So 1 over 2 plus 1 is just going to be 3 over 2. All over 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. So you see this negative sign over here. I'm still going to keep it, but check, I'm dividing the same values. This is the same as that. So it's just going to be what? So I can just say I have a negative into 3 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. The top exponent minus the bottom exponent because these are the same bases. So I'm going to have negative into 3 to the exponent of what? 0, which is just negative into 1. So we have now proven that this whole expression is equal to negative 1. So I hope that you're okay with that, boys and girls. So now let's now go to the second problem. The second problem is saying, without using a calculator, but we know we are going to use a calculator, but in a smart way, we need to show that the square root of 2 minus 1 all squared, all divided by 6 minus the square root of 32 is just equal to what? To 1 over 2. So now, okay, so we're going to take the more complicated side, which is square root of 2 minus 1 all squared all over 6 minus the root of 32, right? And check, at the top, we have something like a plus, oh, let me not, so we have something like a minus b all squared. And remember that for such things, you can either use what? FOIL, or since you're just squaring everything, can use what? SMS, which I covered in one of the previous videos, right? So I'm just going to use SMS because it's going to be quicker. So I'm going to have 2 uh mm, minus 2 root 2 plus 1 all over 6 minus root of 32. So here, in order to get this, in order to get what is on the top, so in order for me to get the numerator, I just used SMS, my SMS method. And you can verify it by using what? FOIL. I won't redo it because I assume that you already know the FOIL method from grade 11. Not grade 11, from grade 9, I think, from grade 9. So now I'm going to have 2 plus 1, which is just going to be 3 minus 2 root of 2, right? All over 6 minus square root of 32, right? So check, this 3 is okay, minus 2. And inside the set sign, I have a 2, which is just okay. But here I have a 32. So let me just try to find the factors of 32, right? So 32 is equal sign shift fact. 32 is just equal to 2 to the exponent of what? 5. So all of this is just going to be 3 minus 2 root of 2. Remember here it's a multiplication sign. All over 6 minus root of 2 to the exponent of what? 5. We're okay, right? So now let's continue. So we are now going to have Let's rewrite everything in exponential form. So we're going to have 3 minus 2 times 2 to the exponent of what? 1 over 2 all over 6 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 5 over 2. And where did I get the 5 over 2? Remember that if in case I have root of 2 to the exponent of 5, I can just say I have 2 to the exponent of 5 all to the exponent of what? 1 over 2, which is just, I'm going to multiply these exponents, which is I'm going to 2 to the exponent of what? 5 over 2, right? We're okay, boys and girls? We are okay, I assume. So let's continue. Here I have a 3 minus, so here I'm multiplying powers, so I can just add the exponent. So it's gonna be what? 2 to the exponent of, oh, my pen. I don't know what, 2 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2 all over. What is 6? 6 is just 2 times what? 3 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 5 over 2. We are okay, right? So since we are okay, fine, let's continue. Okay. So what are we asked to actually prove here? Actually asked to prove that all of this is just equal to 1 over 2. Okay. Okay. So let's just continue. So do you notice that at the top, everything is, I can't take out any Haskell common factor at the top. But here, I can, here I have a 2 to the exponent of 1, right? So let me actually, between 1 and, I know that 5 over 2 is just equal to 2.5. So 5 over 2 is greater than 1. So therefore, I can rewrite 5 over 2 as 1 plus something. So here I'm going to have 3 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2 all over 2 to the exponent of 1 times 3 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 1 plus 3 over 2. So because I already know that 5 over 2 is 1 plus something. How did I find that something? So I can say 1 plus x is equal to 5 over 2. So therefore, I'm going to get 5, x is being equal to what? To 5 over 2 minus 1, which is x is just equal to 3 over 2, right? So 1 plus 3 over 2 is just equal to 5 over 2. We're okay with that, boys and girls. So here I'm going to have uh, so here I'm going to have 3 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2 all over. So at the bottom, I can just take out 2 to the exponent. So I can just write 2 to the exponent of 1 times 3 minus 2 to the exponent of 1 times 2 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. And I still continue. So check now. What do I have? I have 2 to the exponent of 1 as being a highest common what? Factor. So I have 2 to the exponent of 1 as being my highest common factor. So I can continue and say, oh, I have 3 minus 2 to exponent 3 over 2 all over. I take out 2 to exponent of 1 into 3 minus 2 to exponent of what? 3 over 2, right? All divided by. So let's continue, guys. So at the top, it's 1 into 3 minus 2 to exponent of what? 3 over 2. Because I know that 1 multiplied by anything is just that value, right? So I know that 1 times any value is just that value. All divided by 2 to the exponent of 1 into 3 minus 2 to the exponent of what? 3 over 2. Guys, do you see something?